recently played a private party in Las Vegas at a club. It was myself and a bunch of my fellow singers slash musicians on stage singing our best 2 or 3 songs. It was sort of like the Playtone galaxy of stars. Think of any 80s rock singer you like, any guy from any of your most popular bands, and he was probably there that night. A veritable cock rock who's who. Now, this conjunction of singers could never happen in real life, all of us together on the same stage, but there we were, singing all of our hits, sweating to the oldies. I did my songs, and then afterwards, I hung out and watched from the side of the stage, and suddenly a thought entered my head. A terrible thought, a horrible thought. I thought to myself, you know what? Getting old sucks. Because we're all older now. Sebastian Bach isn't 21 anymore. Phil Lewis isn't in his 20s anymore. All of us sounded good. Mike Reno from Loverboy was there, and he sounded great. He sounded like Mike Reno. He didn't look like he did in those old MTV videos. Of course, those days are gone, but to his credit, he sounded just the same. On Turn Me Loose, he hit that high note in the verse, the note everyone was waiting to hear, that everyone wanted to hear. He hit that fucking note, full voice, and the crowd cheered. Good times. Anyway, there we were, all of us, in 2024, still doing what we've done for over 30 years now. We're all older, but we're still doing it, and doing it well. Still on stage, still performing. But, and this is the bummer of it all, it's a real thing, getting old sucks. I reflect on this mostly because of my recent cataract surgery. I brought it up before. I called that stuff old people shit, and I was right, because it hits home. You know what? You're old now, Jizzo. Your fans, old. Your music is old, and you can't escape that. After I sort of came out about my surgery, a lot of my friends and fellow musicians confided in me that they too are similarly afflicted. I have a cataract in one eye, one of them said. I can't drive at night anymore, the other one said. They all wanted to know about the surgery. How hard was it? How scary is it? Well, it really isn't hard. It was slightly terrifying, as all surgeries are, but as medical procedures go, it was fairly quick and it was fairly painless. Get it done, I said. You'll feel better afterwards, I said. F*** it, you'll be able to see. I won't go into the miracle that is LASIK, but it truly is life-changing. You know what? Blurry and blind for years, and then all of a sudden, you've instantly got 20/20 vision. It's a miracle. Think about it. But it did get me thinking, what is the magic ingredient to staying young? What keeps you young? Do you know what it is? Of course you do. It's music. Music keeps you young. Even when you have to have a hip replacement, even when you're laid up with back surgery, still, music keeps you young. Something about music and playing music all the time plugs you into that fountain of youth. I can't explain it. I see it in the UK. I see people's faces light up when they hear one of my familiar songs. Somehow, when they hear that familiar song, it plugs them into the universal fountain of youth. Time travel. And for a moment, they get transported back to 1990. You see, a lot of my fans were in their teens when my first record came out. So that's a hefty bit of fucking time travel. It enters you, it invigorates you, it surrounds you, it washes over you, and then you're smiling. You're suddenly young again. Musicians are like shamans in that regard. We make the music, we make the sounds, and we whisk people back to a better time, a simpler time, before the internet, before Spotify, before downloading, when you actually held a record in your hands and you cherished it. You would read the lyrics and the liner notes, and it meant something to you. Just like I did with Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti and the Who's Quadrophenia. It moved you. It resonated like a giant glass dome, and it moved you. Music can do that. It is an energy unto itself. I can't describe it. I can only say from experience that it exists. And it exists for the fans too. You don't have to be a player to feel it. It's there, in the ether. I just tap into it every night because that's what I do for a living. Every weekend, I opened up the Stargate and I slip inside, and the audience slips inside with me. We share it. That's why I always tell the audience, not only thank you for coming, but more so I tell them how important it is to keep going out to the live shows. Keep coming out to the live concerts. Don't stop. Don't get lazy in your mind. I know it's a hassle. The getting ready, the babysitter, the parking, the cost. But it's important because as it is my lifeline, it's your lifeline also. You may feel all of 60 years old at home on the couch, but when you're at the show, when your favorite song is played, you suddenly jump up. You're 23 again. The music clicks and your body responds. No more arthritis, no more bad knees. It's a magical thing, man, and it's real. Music keeps you young. And that's why guys in their 60s, guys like Brian Johnson from AC/DC in their 70s, Brian Johnson is 77 and he can still get up there and belt out Shoot to Thrill. What an achievement. Axl Rose can still play stadiums. It's unreal. The shamanic power of music. There is no other word for it. It's magical. No matter what those fucking internet trolls say. Don't listen to them, man. They're fucking idiots. Give it up. Retire. Fuck you. That's like saying stop living or stop breathing. Once you stop, once the music stops in you, it's like the picture of Dorian Gray. It's like the end of Indiana Jones. You will age, and I don't mean gracefully. You'll become an Egyptian mummy overnight. Don't ever stop. Keep going. Make the effort and keep plugging into the music to live. It's your old pal Jizzo, rockin' and rollin', and we'll see you next time.